Welcome back to the shop. It's good to see you again. In this episode we continue on the build for the internal fit out for this new workshop. Right at the end there I need a new bench for my CNC router, my little tabletop CNC router. So let's get on with it. Roll the titles and I'll see you to the other side. Oh, proper golden tea. So here's the problem. Not that. My little CNC desktop router is blogged in by my car, which has not moved or even started for 25 years. And that has to go down in the new workshop. And I'll show you the plate. It says it's 300 kilos. There we go. Excuse the wobbly shot, but it says there 300 kilos. That actually took 4 blokes to get that in here and leant up against the wall 2 years ago. So it's going to fit in the corner here at the end of the bench. And that post that's just stood there is roughly where the corner of the desk is going to be. And it's a complicated desk because I've got to avoid these service ducts. I've got to avoid that vertical. It's got to fit in this space, but I don't want it bolted to anything. Yeah, it has to be freestanding in this space because it's an incredibly noisy machine when it gets going. That one's got a 2.2 kilowatt spindle in. They normally ship them with I think about a 600, 800 watt spindle. That one is capable of cutting aluminium. And honestly, it feels like your teeth are going to fall out when it's working. So it's got to sit in here, and I don't want any of the vibrations from the machine, i.e. noise, or the movement of it to be transferred to the building, because if I do, the building will be a soundboard and it will amplify it. So I want it to be as freestanding as is possible. So hence the gap, and hence the complicated design of the bench. I have done a bench design. It's crap, but we'll have a look. I really don't know how well this will come over on the camera, but this is a crap piece of design. However, I think I could spend the next day sat in front of the computer and design this in CAD and make it all absolutely spot on so it'll all fit and be perfect, or I can just build the damn thing and modify it if I get problems as I go. And I'm a lazy bugger, so we'll just build it. That bench has to fit the CNC control box and also that industrial chiller. The spindle on that on the machine is water cooled, and that's the cooler for it. That, again, they normally ship these with an aquarium pump and a plastic tank that you just fill with water and it pumps it around. But I bought spent more and got the industrial chiller. Whilst we've got the easy access to this cabinet, I'll show you inside. It's reasonably well designed. However, there are a couple of things. This is the inverter driver for the spindle. That's the speed control for the spindle. It never came with the blanking plate that was clearly supplied, but never managed to get out of China. The rest of it's quite well designed. There's a 24-volt power supply. These things here are the drivers for the stepper motors, and underneath here is a bigger power supply. That's for the driving the stepper motors, and right on the bottom here, that is, would you believe, that tiny little circuit board there is the CNC control panel. No, it's the CNC. That's the CNC control computer there, and it's plugged in to a pendant. This is the thing you drive it with. So I have to say it's reasonably well designed. It's full of dust at the moment because I never bothered to clear it out. I removed it from our little factory unit. However, I'll show you, this is the problem with it. They went to the trouble of fitting 2 fans. Fantastic. One blows air in, the other one blows air out. But they're so close together, there's no flow of air through the rest of the cabinet. It just through these, basically it's a very short circuit loop. So what I really need to do, and I have meant to do this for years, is to change them both so they extract air, and then punch some holes in the bottom here to let the air in through the bottom of the cabinet. That's just there's a gap underneath, so there'll be plenty of air flow from there, and it'll be cool because it's low. And the intention is to get it to come up through these heat sinks and flow up and through the cabinet and out through these two fans. So basically I've just got to reverse one of the fans and put some holes in the bottom. The other issue with this particular cabinet, this e-stop button, all it does is turn the power on. So if you've got a problem, you hit the e-stop, the spindle will slowly ramp down. The spindle is capable of 24,000 revs. That takes it a while to actually slow down. So if you look at the instructions for this this control board, it's from a company called Rich Auto. That has an emergency stop input. So I think we can use that emergency stop input to our advantage. I'll go into that in more detail when I get that far, but first and foremost I just thought I'd show you in here, and I need to get on with building the bench for it. Since I made new hardened bushes for this pocket hole jig, I've absolutely transformed it. It's a superb bit of kit now. If you do get a pocket hole jig, then I do recommend you get a set of these pliers to go with it. They're extremely good at just holding all the pieces together in the right places. Definitely worth the money. The frame is wider than the bench here, so this little G-clamp held that piece in place. Very handy. There you go. It's always good to check and make sure you've made your frame the right size. Yep, spot on, good enough. I saw this technique on one of Jimmy DeRista's videos, slowly sort of walking your way through the cut, sawing your way through if you like. It does make the cut really neat. My God, that's blood. Yeah, but bloody moved. Damn it. So in true bodging tradition, we leave that and move on. That one moved as well. Damn it. So, moving on yet again, I decided I'd have a go at the other two legs and then go back and redo the two that moved. Once you can put some weight on it, it stays put. So, there you go. So, here we go. This is my simple fix. Because there's a hole in the end, it might not line up particularly well. So I thought, sod it, I'll just turn it over. It's a hammer drill. Excellent, that's good. It's only when I've made this support frame that I realised that actually it's going to collide with the service ducts in the corner of the building. So in the next shot you'll see I've shortened it. Ooh, close enough. Ooh. So I tried the frame out where it's going to fit, and just to make sure that it cleared the service ducts. And next up is the chiller. I mounted the chiller above the floor because I thought there was a bit more usable spare space underneath. So there's going to be a drawer above it and a drawer below it, and this I think is the best compromise. It also slightly minimises the amount of head that the pump inside it has to overcome to get the water around the spindle motor. When we used to use this little CNC router in a little business we owned, it was on a very simple frame that was, I think they were 3-inch or 76mm timbers, and it used to shake, so it would actually physically wobble the whole table. So with this particular build, I was quite conscious that I need to make sure I've got enough sheeting in to make it as stiff as possible. So you'll see as we go around the build here, I put as much of this stuff in as I could in order to just keep it as stiff as possible. Wherever possible, with cable access holes or service holes if you like, I like to round the edges over. It's given time, and a machine like this that vibrates quite a lot, it will actually chafe through the cables. Apart from the pocket hole jig, this is the other new to me toy, a biscuit joiner, and I have to say that I'm a bit of a fan. This one came from Rutland's, and if you want one, I think there's an affiliate link down in the doobly-doo underneath. But I'm quite impressed with these machines. They really do make life so much easier joining panels together. And these chunks of wood are actually left over from a kitchen build project that I did last year. and they're there to support the feet in the corner of the router because it's so heavy. I thought, probably makes sense to do this. So this desk is 45mm thick or so in the corners where the weight is. So I don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem with the whole thing sagging over time. But we'll see. I like to use brads or pin nails, if you like, wherever these panels are going to be seen. So they're a lot less intrusive than putting screws in. And who doesn't like a nail gun? It's a shame my piece of ply wasn't long enough to reach the edge, but this panel fills the hole quite nicely, and these biscuits keep it all nicely lined. Do like a biscuit. So here we are, progress so far. Looking good. Getting heavy. I must apologise for the lighting here. There's still no power in the shop. I'm running everything off an extension cord, 2 extension cords to be honest. And yeah, although I've got the lights ready to install, I haven't actually got as far as putting any of them up. So yeah, consequently, when you're at the door and the sun's out, you can't see sod all. I used polyurethane glue, I think it is, that expands. It's sort of a foamy stuff. And because I thought it would be best to fill any gaps between the top surface here and the pads that are on the corners. I wasn't going to add front trims on this cabinet, but I thought, yeah, it would match the bench if I did this. And it is a lot of faff, but it does look nice. Yep, I forgot an access hole. And off camera, my son and a couple of his mates helped me drag this rather lumpy bit of machinery down to the workshop. So thanks to the guys. I couldn't have done it without them. this drawer is going to be quite lightly loaded, so instead of routing a rabbet down the insides and fitting the base internally, I thought this will do the job. So it's well glued and well nailed on, but like I said, it's only going to have the tools for this CNC router in it, and it's only going to be a few kilos. So there we go, job done. Let it dry out. The bottom drawer, being nearly a metre long, would have been quite expensive to put ball bearing slides on, so I came up with this wheeze. It runs on the floor on these little casters. They were only a couple of £pounds each. I think £8 or so for a set of 4, and they run in these little recesses, so the drawer is just off the floor, and it seems to do the job really quite well. However, I don't know what I'm going to put in it, so I have made the thing quite strong. I think it could probably cope with my weight. Finn? I did splash out on some nice birch ply for the fascias here. It's got really expensive in the UK, but I think it's worth it. It's lovely material to work with. So here we go, piano hinge for the door. Lots and lots of little tiny fiddly screws. Off camera, I filled in and painted the corner, so you can see that's all done with a piece of plywood. There we go, there's the service ducts, and you can see clearly the bit of ply I added. So it's just time to shove the cabinet back in and put all the pieces in. It had 3 coats, I think, of floor grade polyurethane varnish, to hopefully leave it nice and tough. So there we go, another job jobbed. Thanks for dropping by, it's good to see you again. And yeah, that bench had to be pretty strong to cope with a supposedly 300 kilo CNC router. I doubt it is 300 kilos, but it's certainly a 4-person lift. Yeah, so thanks to the chaps who gave me a hand to get it down here. It was going to be a struggle otherwise. Yeah, so in the next episode, we'll have a go at that CNC router, because it's not been turned on for 2 years, and I know it had a fault, and the bed needs some serious rethink. The aluminium extrusion it comes with and the plastic top is just not really up to the job. So yeah, join me next time, and we'll have a look at the CNC router and hopefully get some CNC stuff done. It's been a while. Anyway, take care, see you all. You are just the fussiest old pusscat, aren't you, hey? Hey? Say hello to the nice people. Look at that. Hey, up here? No. Oh, dribbling. You dribble again, you horrible cat. Goodness me. Cats, they're always the wrong side of a door, and you can never get them too hot.